And now, welcome to Chai with Manju, with your host, Dr. Manju Sheth.
Welcome to this special edition of Chai with Manju called COVID Diaries. We as a community love to get together and celebrate all our special occasions, whether it's wedding, birthdays, and graduations around this time of the year. All of that, of course, has been cancelled due to this pandemic. So we thought on that note to meet four key leaders of the event and wedding industry from our community. You all know them, of course. It's Shobha Shastri from Alankar Decoration, DJ Yogi from Boston Sound and Light, Parvez Tawfiq from P. Tawfiq Photography, and Diti Majumdar from Art and Memories. Let's meet them. Hello and welcome to the show. I'm going to start my first question with Shobhaji. She has done over 2,000 weddings since 1999 when she started Alankar Decorations. You need no introduction, Shobha, but tell us what has been your greatest achievement.
My greatest achievement, I think, is when I started this business, my only goal was to serve the community. And also, what I saw then, most of the Boston community was going to New York and other places to seek vendors like
Mhm.
decor, DJ, photo, mehndi, food.
Okay.
And my main goal was to bring the community in Boston, make them aware that there is a lot of talent here and they should support the talent which is available here. And I think I've done a great job on that. And I would request the community to do that because we as vendors, we support a lot of the nonprofit organizations in this community.
Absolutely.
And I expect the community to support us.
Yes. Yes.
And second, I've achieved two things. Another thing is a great support to the families because a lot of families they don't have near and dears like we have in India,
Mhm.
and I've provided that safety net for them, and
Mhm.
they feel comfortable that there is somebody that they can go to and things will be done.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to ask the same question to Yogi. Yogi, you were called by Indian England News as the king of Indian weddings, and I can think that name has kind of stuck on you. Of course, you've been doing this for 25 years. So, what do you think is your greatest achievement?
Well, I think that I live life to be humble, and I've never set a goal that's
Okay.
ever achievable.
Mhm.
My goal is to ultimately be the best, knowing full well there's no such thing as being the best. So every
Mhm.
minute of my life, I
Mhm.
actually try to better myself, try to educate myself,
Mhm.
make mistakes, and so goal is to be better than what I was yesterday. I will tell you, Manju, that being in business for 25 years, you've had to adapt yourself. Is relevancy.
Yeah.
I appear to be a topic. And
Mhm.
so, what better feeling in the world, whether
Yes.
it's positive or negative, that
Mhm.
allows me to do what I love doing, which is
Right.
making other people happy.
Right. True. And Parvez, you are, of course, a rock star. Those of you who don't know you, you were the lead singer in a popular Boston band till you established Parvez Tawfiq Photography with your beautiful wife, Nicole. And you say you bring the rock star feeling to all the weddings. What do you think is your greatest achievement?
That's a tough one, but I would say that the greatest achievement for me personally, other than my family and my beautiful kids, is I would say being able to do this. Getting a
Mhm.
chance to kind of travel all over the world and being able to do international weddings. It doesn't matter what the budget is realistically. It's all about kind of capturing the love between two people, and I think that's really amazing. And being able to
Mhm.
play with cameras and lots of cool technology is amazing for me. So I think
Okay.
that in itself is an
That's
achievement.
that's that's awesome.
Yeah.
And Duty, of course, you are the artist among us, and then I love the way you capture our memories so artistically. And I think that name Art and Memories is very good for your company. So, what do you think is your greatest achievement?
What was my earlier achievement was that I could make pictures that people love,
Mm-hmm.
and that has been still going on, but the other part also that has slowly happened, and that is that I can make people connect with my work more and more. People look at a picture that I have created, and they don't just feel pretty; they just feel connected with it forever. And I think, judging by that, the number of weddings and events and portraiture we do here, is the feedback has been 100% positive. And it is something that I absolutely love doing for people. And when I make them happy, that's an added bonus that just keeps me going always. And I'm very happy to be in that place where we have 100% happy clients.
Yeah. Of course, my next question is going to be about the pandemic. How has it affected you? Has anybody helped you? And also, if you have put any steps in place, have you done anything so that if we are ever affected again, how would you manage the situation? So I'm going to start with Yogi. So tell us how this pandemic has affected you.
Manju, more than anything, I think this pandemic has robbed me from doing what I love to do. COVID, to be honest with you, has made me realize that I miss that feeling. I'm not sure how to best explain that, but after we do a single event on our drive home, there's this feeling that's almost like an addiction, and I miss it so much. Our opportunity this year has been literally shot.
Right.
Without any income, I just don't know how we sustain ourselves. Initially when the pandemic hit, I didn't want to take anything from the government. I've been doing pretty well for myself. I've been in business for about 25 years. And, announcements came in, I realized that all of my events for this year were going to be canceled or rescheduled. And so, sooner or later, I had to start asking about what's going to happen to the rest of us, what's going to happen to my peers, right? And so, I have an office that I'm sitting in right now. I have multiple vehicles. I have mortgages. I have warehouses. And how am I going to go ahead and afford this? And so by the time I realized that, the pandemic was going to hit me, I applied for PPP, but there was no such thing as people because everyone's a contractor in my business. The SBA loan was then limited to only agriculture businesses. Unemployment, I've applied for almost 6 months now. I finally got approved, seen a single dime come in. And so from a government, federal, and state mandate, I don't think I've received any help, to be honest with you. And so I think the emphasis has been in the right areas, right? So it is, in terms of the community, we have a lot of sweet people out there, and they're looking out for what's important right now. The community's heart's in the right place, helping out those who are essential. We need our doctors, we need our government people, we need, we need our janitors.
Right. What about you, Shobhaji?
Well, the pandemic has really done a number on us as a business. We've had a couple of cancellation, and most of the people have postponed their weddings to next year. Some of them I've not heard back. And I don't know how I'm going to survive, But you know what? I don't worry about too many things. That's my style.
Right.
I leave it to God. Whatever He wants to do, let Him do it. As far as the help is concerned, government help, as Yogi mentioned, I didn't think that I'll be in that situation until all the cancellations started occurring. Slowly, I'm thinking of applying for the PPP loan. I don't think we'll qualify. We'll see. And as far as the unemployment is concerned, I'm applying for it.
I'm as a doctor, I know it's very hard, but I'm still optimistic, because life has a way of getting back to normal. Once we get out of that, first thing is you survive and then you heal. So I think we have all pretty much at the end of the worst is behind us. We have survived it. So the healing is going to start now. So it's all going to come back. What do you think, Dyuti? How has it affected you?
Oh, it has, all these folks have articulated very nicely how the business came to a complete screeching halt, and there was a state of confusion for a while. What are these people doing? How are the venues going to reschedule them? And we were in the middle of all of it.
Right.
What I started doing is, once we kind of got the footing back in the sense that, okay, this is happening. There's nothing we can do about it. So let's just focus on the clients more. And so we started kind of checking on, we had all the weddings since I would say mid-March to all the way to July have been canceled. And what we started doing is communicating with them, because for us, sure, it's for a few months things are going to be tight, but these are people who this was a once in a lifetime event for them. And they were like heartbroken and confused. And we tried to communicate with them almost immediately, starting sending them emails and kind of laying things out, like how do we respond to this, and how we move these events to a new date. And I think that actually helped these folks, calming them down a little bit. They understand that they have our full support. And I think I'm speaking for all of us here, is that's one part of our job, is to make our clients confident that we will get the job done.
What about you, Parvez?
I think it's been obviously challenging because we had all these weddings that we're really looking forward to for this year, and they all got pushed. Not a lot of cancellations. I think that when you plan something that's a huge kind of luxury wedding, you don't really cancel it suddenly. You kind of focused on looking forward to kind of switching it. So most couples have just, like I would say 95% of the couples have just moved their dates till next year, which of course puts a lot of pressure on our brides that wanted to book for next year, of course.
Yes.
What we're experiencing is like a, I want to say feeding frenzy almost of everybody trying to book us for 2021, because they know that this year is shot and that 2021 is going to be huge. And as far as dates, I mean, I anticipate 120 to 160 weddings that we're going to end up doing, and so we're trying our best to kind of right now build as well. This is a time. I think that while we were not working, yes, last year, to be frank with you, was a very trying year. And as far as how much we did, we were ambitious, and I think that was great. But as far as help is concerned, I haven't really taken too much help otherwise. I think this is a year realistically for us to rebuild our brands and kind of focus, and we are doing a virtual, like I have a virtual wedding company that does that to our virtualevent.com. So that definitely focuses on being able to do smaller events. And I think at the end of the day, what I found is I did one this weekend, in fact, and what I found is that when there's a lot of beautiful things like, decor and the building and the monument and everything else. And when all of that is said and done, you really focus on the two people that are there and their family anyways, which is the hardest thing to capture and do it well. You know what I mean? And being able to show them.
My next question is, of course, a fun question, something really nice. You've done so much in the last few years. Is there any favorite memory of yours that you would like to share with our audience? And I'm going to start with the art and memories guy this time, Duty. Do you have any favorite memory of the last few years that you want to share?
I would say my most favorite memory, which I think it was an achievement to myself, was a wedding I was shooting a few years ago. The fun part was, as we got close to the wedding date, the weather started looking really bad. And literally there were a prediction of 100% rain on the wedding day. And the whole logistics of how it was going to get done is completely going to change. So they had good vendors, and I think they scrambled. They had a tent put out and stuff where the reception was supposed to be, and they kind of moved the actual ceremony inside it. But for me, how am I going to take pictures? If everything's cramped and everybody's in the same space. And I'm sure as wedding vendors, we get challenged like this. But this was the ultimate thing. I don't see anything where I can actually take nice pictures. And so I actually went prepared. I had rain cover on my cameras, all the lights and everything. And we had gigantic umbrellas for the couples. We kind of walked them, and I think at the end we kind of used those umbrellas as like creative coverings and stuff. We took pictures in that, and this was when I showed these pictures to them. This bride was crying, like she was like crying. This was a salvaging operation. From she was expecting that it's all going to be inside a tent, cramped up, and there's nothing nice coming out of something they planned for months. And that, I think, was to something I was challenged the most, and I was very lucky. I would say that we kind of turned it around and made some very happy clients out of it.
Well, it sounds like fun. How about you, Yogi?
I'll cite on a wedding that we did this year. So we had the opportunity to go to Thailand to do a Rati Lao wedding. Pervez was there. So one of my favorite memories was kind of a self-revelation, so to speak. And so the Sangeet party was on a white yacht, and so I started playing music. My DJ Dipesh and we go out there. We're in matching vests. We're playing, where we have sunglasses on, and we're on top of the world. We were like superstars. So, to be honest with you, my favorite memory from that was we felt like we were on top of the world. We felt like something right.
How about you, Pervez? I see you smiling.
Yeah, I was smiling because Yogi, you took one of mine. Too funny. I when you were saying it, I was like, yeah. Honestly,
what a good memory,
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, it's really cool to be able to go to Thailand, for example. We were in India first. We went to Udaipur and we did a wedding there, and then we flew literally the next day to go to Thailand. Here we are, Yogi and I, on this boat, and we're right at the tip of that boat with the cameras up in the air, and Yogi's got the mic, and we're looking around. There's a drone going around us at like 60 miles an hour. We're like, to be able to do this, that's what it's all about. Trip, I have to say.
How about you, Shobhaji? Any favorite memories?
Yeah, one of the memories I have, which I will cherish forever, is that we had a wedding in Newport. And we typically, like when we do weddings outdoor, we don't put the decorations until that early morning. And I get a call from the event planner that the weather is going to be crappy. And New England, at 5 o'clock, it was pouring. And around 7 a.m., the weather, so at 5 a.m., we were supposed to start the decor, and we started putting up the mandap inside the ballroom. And at 7 o'clock, it cleared up. And I always have a contingency plan. So we already had loaded the staging and everything. And the planner said, no, we can't move because everything will get delayed and all those things. So the bride said to me, okay, Shubhanti, the planner says no. And I felt bad. And so what I did, I created the stage outdoor so she can take some pictures with the beautiful background of Newport. And she took some pictures and everything. And at the reception, she came running to me, and she gave me a big hug, and she had tears in her eyes. She said, Shobhanti, you made it. I said, I will not forego your dreams. You wanted this, you will have it. So I have a lot of brides who, when they compliment and they come and tell me, it's like $1 million to me.
Yes, really. And it's just, you guys don't know the level of reassurance you bring to us, those of us who do events, and how grateful we are, because I think when you're fulfilling other people's dreams, what you get back is priceless, because there's no price tag on gratitude.
That's true.
There's no price tag on making memories for others. And I know we are in a situation where life is tough, but everything good that you've put out is going to come back 1,000 times more. I have one more question. I'm going to start with Parvez. So, my question is, if you guys had to say in one sentence, because you're making all our dreams come true, in one sentence, what would be one dream that you would like fulfilled in the next 5 years? It could be even personal, professional, anything you like.
But honestly, I would probably say, for the world just to be a kind, compassionate place, and just for everyone to continue doing these beautiful weddings and letting people like us be a part of it. I mean, we're
Right.
fortunate to be a part of that, and I'm super psyched and humbled to be able
And
to.
how about you, Duty?
Yeah, I mean, this is a question that can have many answers, right? And I feel very personally and professionally happy with what I do, and I want to keep connecting with my vision the same way as I'm growing. And I want to have that 5 years later. I want to feel that way, that there is so much I want to achieve,
Okay.
instead of being complacent with what I have.
Okay. How about you, Yogi?
I'll tell you what. So my relevance makes me happy. I think that
Yes.
the positivity and the negativity keep me afloat, and I think that it allows me to make other people happy.
How about you, Shobha?
I want to get going. So
Mhm.
next 5 years, I want to expand into other areas and
Okay.
also train few of the youngsters in the community who are passionately want to get into the event industry, which I'm doing it right now with a
Okay.
young girl who's about 20 years old.
Okay.
And I want to bring that dimension into the business, the youngsters.
Yes, that sounds great. Well, I hope all your dreams come true. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because all four of you are the pillars on which our biggest events, Woman of the Year and New England Choice Awards, rest. We couldn't do it without you. And we are addicted to you as well. So thank you so much. I also want to thank Ramakrishna Penumarti and Sravio. They are the new kids on our blog, and they have been very helpful as well. So hopefully we'll see you soon, Woman of the Year. And until then, don't forget your chai. It's good for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.